Hey guys, it's Tom Colors USU. Today is Sunday, November 3rd, and we are back at Great Adventure to get some more rides in on some of our favorite coasters. Today is actually the last day of Fright Fest Extreme. I don't know how much of Fright Fest I'm really going to be taking advantage of today, but today, for all we know, could be the last day of certain rides for the season. The park has not communicated anything, so we really don't know when they're closing, but this could be the last day for rides like Mine Train, Medusa, Toro, and more, so we're going to have to wait and see. But I am going to get my rides in on them just in case that they are done for the season after today. We don't know for sure, like I said. We'll find out soon, hopefully, but we'll see you guys inside the park. And as I'm walking in here, I can hear Flash running some test runs. They're testing this thing like crazy. And there it goes through the Immelman. Gotta say, interesting decision to be testing Flash so much while the park is open, considering it is not going to be opening this year at all. I just think it's kind of strange because a lot of people will see it running and be like, oh, how do we get on that ride? Is it open? Then for them to find out that they got to come back next year. I mean, I'm not complaining. I love getting footage of it, but I definitely think it's probably a little confusing for the general public. So it looks like they decided to change the fence up a little bit. It was just a black wall. Now it's like an actual kind of themed feature of the Golden Kingdom sign. Pretty interesting. Did they theme the back one too, or is it still black? Oh, they did theme it. That's nice. So we are going to be on watch for more markers. We, of course, know there's that one right there. There's more by Green Lantern, more down here as well that we're going to find. So I think we all know what that might be spelling for the future of this ride. Looks like it is open, but not quite. They're not loading. So it might have gone down. It could be too cold. Something along those lines. So we all just did a bunch of rides on Kingda Ka. I wound up doing 25 in less than 2 hours, which isn't quite as good as my record from a few weeks ago where I did 41, but considering that the station is still fairly full, that was pretty darn good. Tom, welcome.
Hello.
How were your rides?
It was great. Glad it's here as a lifelong Jacksonite. It's an icon, not only of the park, but of the town, so always a great time riding it.
Zach?
Oh, this ride is so good. I only got a few, but I ended up taking a lot of
Just
footage.
revel in the ride's
Yeah.
stature.
Yep.
Antonio?
As I said last time, ride as much as you can, and I did just that. It was great. Every single ride. We were really close to one rollback one time in the teal train, but other than that, great ride.
Dad?
Such a great ride. Every time it's like the same level of excitement from the first time you've ever ridden it.
Truly, there is nothing like Kingda Ka anymore, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on this coaster, Green Lantern, etc. But I would highly recommend getting as many rides in as you possibly can as soon as possible. I just found out that El Toro is not opening today and is actually not opening for the rest of the season. It is done for the season, supposedly. So that tells us that the park will probably just wind up closing rides for the season without much of a warning. We saw Log Flume close early. We saw Roaring Rapids close early. Now Toro. So who knows when it'll be up for the season. Hopefully we have another weekend or so, but like I said, come out here and ride it as soon as possible, as many times as possible. Same with Green Lantern, even though a lot of you guys probably don't like that ride, but go give it a pity ride. Right there, beyond Zumanjaro's entrance, there's a giant marker there. I imagine there's a lot more going down the queue. I'll see if I can see any. Not really. There's a ton more in the parking lot. We're gonna try to see what we can see, but there's some pretty much right alongside the Ka station going into the parking lot, as well as right next to Lantern. There's markers all over the place, the same orange ones that we've seen throughout. So just beyond this fence, of course I can't really show you guys unless I was on the ride filming, which you're not allowed to do. But there's, of course, this one right here, which you saw last time. But beyond this fence, there are some, I'm gonna see if you can peer through the crack. Probably not, but there are, is that one? I can't really tell. No, but along that fence line is where you're going to see a lot of the markers. So if you're on Ka, look right when you're going through that turn on the brake run, you're going to see a ton of markers over there. We just had food at Garden State Grill, and I think now we're gonna go for a ride on Twister because we don't know how long this one's gonna be open for the season either. We just got off Twister. Zach, how many flips did we get?
6. That
6
was
flips.
like crazy.
That's a lot for this
best
ride.
I've had in a long time.
Yeah. Considering it might be one of our last of the year, that was great, Tom.
That was really intense. I know we rode Twister a lot last year, but not quite as much this year. But it's definitely worth revisiting for sure.
100%. Antonio, how was it?
5 really good flips.
Exactly. And Johnny,
It was awesome. 5 flips.
how was it for you over there?
I counted 6.
It was 5.
It was 5?
It was 6.
I counted 6. It was good.
Okay.
That was definitely 6 flips. Some people don't know how to count. But yeah, come ride Twister too, because it's a great ride. One of the best flat rides in the park. There's another marker right here next to Green Lantern. Can't tell what number that is, but there's probably more going all the way down. Green Lantern is awfully popular, I must say. All right, more on the marker watch. There's one right there next to Superman's Q. And if we go down here, there's another one right there, right by the grass cutoff point. Some closer to the parking lot that we're going to try to take a look at. I know there's one down there as well. Kind of hard to see though. Yeah, right there. Next to that red barricade, you can see a little bit of orange on the ground. That is another one. It didn't even get the chance to pass away yet, and there's already vultures circling it up there. Unbelievable. And here's another look at that marker that is right next to Lantern's photo booth. Yeah, we're gonna find a lot more of these throughout the day. we came down here and gave Lantern 2 rides. I doubt those will be the only rides we give it today. And I mean, if you guys have been watching the previous vlogs, you know what I have to say about this ride. Genuinely, I really do like this ride so much. It's my 5th favorite in the park, and that's only because the big 4 are so good here. It really can't break into the big 4, but this ride gets so much hate, and it's a shame because if you can get a way to ride it where you can position your head in a way where you're not really getting head banging and you get to enjoy the airtime forces this ride has, which you wouldn't expect, it is truly a masterpiece of a layout for a looping coaster. One of the best B&M's looping coaster layouts ever. It's too bad it probably will not get a chance to have sit-down trains so everyone can properly enjoy it. How are your rides?
They were really good. Next time you're here, grow a skin, ride it. It's not as bad as everyone.
And do it sooner than later.
Yes, sooner than later.
I rode once and I filmed you guys on the other one. But like, I definitely agree with you. I mean, it's a good ride. The layout is great. If this had sit-down trains, it would be just spectacular.
Antonio?
Fair rides in the back. I'm not a big fan of stand-ups. The only other stand-up I've ridden outside this one is Apocalypse, and now that's Firebird, which is arguably an even worse ride. But they're good for what it is. Honestly, I feel like I'm not going to miss it too much, but we'll see. You never know.
Johnny?
Got 2 incredible rides on Lantern.
Deshawn?
I enjoy it. I like it's one of my favorite rides here.
Zach?
It's great. Great layout. If it was a sit-down, it'd be so much better. That drop off in mid-course is definitely the best part.
Yeah, if I had to pick like my favorite part of the ride, it might be that mid-course drop. Let's watch Twister go by here. I doubt they're gonna get 6 flips like we did before, but this ride's always fun to watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. And something that one of my commenters pointed out in the previous vlog, great catch, the Army of the Dead truck is gone. They've replaced it with a safari truck that they have decked out with Army of the Dead theming, which is really strange. If I had to guess, maybe the contract for the prop they had is up. I mean, that's just a total guess, but very interesting move. And it actually looks, honestly, it looks a little better, more fitting to Great Adventure. Alrighty, we're going on Mine Train because again, we do not know if this may be the end of it for this year. Nothing's been confirmed as to what the ride offerings are post Fright Fest Extreme. We know they're open every weekend, but we don't know what is actually open. So we're just gonna ride everything that we can just in case. I assume the typical Holiday in the Park rides, like everything to the right of the fountain will still be open, but everything to the left, no idea. We just did 3 rides on Mine Train, and I continue to try to ride in the wheeled seats, specifically the back wheeled seats, and they're so much more intense for some reason. It's just insane. If this does wind up being the last day of Mine Train for the year, it was a great year for it. I rode it a bunch for its 50th season of operation, which is awesome. It is 50 years old and still one of my personal favorite coasters in the park. It'll never get old, and I hope it stays around for as long as the park is a thing because it truly is an amazing piece of history. But now we're gonna head over to Medusa because again, we don't know if that'll be open after today, so we might as well give it one last ride just in case. Just did a ride on Medusa, and it's Medusa. There's not really much else to say. I don't know how much longer it'll be open for the season. Could be the end today. It could end next weekend. We don't know. But we came down here to ride it just in case. I hope it is open at least one more weekend because these rides down here at Frontier Adventures are never open for Holiday in the Park. But we'll have to wait and see what winds up happening. Well, there's another new piece of Stranger Things merch. This Hawkins 86 shirt. That is new. I was not here last time I was here. Last time I looked, at least. Now we're gonna go for a ride on Justice League, which I really haven't been doing that much lately.
And return the city to order.
Let's see if I can finally go to Florida.
You are?
So now we're gonna quickly leave the park and go out to the parking lot so we can check on those markers that are out there because there's a ton of them that we cannot see from inside the park, but from the parking lot, which we are allowed to go in because, again, it is a parking lot, we're gonna see a ton of them. Alrighty, Antonio's helping me out here because I'm sometimes blind. There's a pink marker right there that says 36. So it seems like they're a mix of pink and orange. This one right here is next to this danger sign right by Superman's turn out of the station. So this, if you kind of follow like a straight line to Green Lantern, will not encompass Superman technically. But I imagine they're probably gonna have to do quite a bit of rerouting for a variety of things whenever whatever happens. But as we continue down the parking lot here, we're gonna find a lot of different things. This is interesting. I don't know how those people just came out of there. But let's continue looking around for some markers. So literally right next to the shuttle bus, there is one right, oops, there. That is 30, and that one is orange. So there we go. I'm not gonna go into the shuttle bus, but there's one right there. We're gonna continue walking down the parking lot now, and we will see more as we continue. So from the parking lot side now, we can see if this wants to cooperate. There is that marker right there. Wow, this really does not want to focus. There we go. There's that one right there. That is, like I said, pretty much right next to Green Lantern Station. There's the station right there, Flash Fest merge point, and there it is right down there. I have a feeling that this whole stretch of parking lot could potentially be having some major changes. Everything past the road right there could definitely have some changes. I know from Ka, we saw some markers out here in the lot, so we're gonna keep an eye out for those as well. But I'm also gonna be looking along the fence line here by Green Lantern because there's probably gonna be more over here. So unfortunately, I really can't get close enough, but that's the turn on Ka I'm talking about. Down here, I don't think you're gonna be able to spot them. Of course, the camera doesn't wanna focus either, but there are some lined along the road and the gravel that lead into that kind of weird parking lot they have next to Green Lantern. They line down there as well, going all the way through, so there's a ton of them. I don't think you can see them from here though. All right, we're a little closer to Ka now, and I want to make it clear, we are allowed to be over here. This is still the parking lot. Here's another one right here, number 4. This is in the yellow, right next to, almost by where the retractable brakes start on Ka's airtime hill. It is down right now, so I don't know if we're gonna get any shots of it, but here it is. Let me see if I can get a nice thumbnail picture. Of course, the sun is not cooperating, but there it is with Ka. Actually, looks like they're moving Teal Train potentially back onto the track. I know they took it off a little bit earlier while we were gone, but I think it may be coming back. And while we were on Ka, we did spot some markers. You can see one of them right there, that little orange marker, pretty much right under the transfer area. There's that one right there. And if I go back on Ka later, I'll try to show you guys, but there's another one further up in the maintenance area. It's a pink one right in front. So there's probably more in areas we can't see by like Zumanjaro. I'm hoping that when they presumably open the second park entrance, which is Zumanjaro's queue, we might be able to get a closer look at some of those and see where they might be. But down there, of course, is where the other markers are. Going towards Lantern. I can't really show you guys those because they're in backstage area. But we are gonna walk towards Safari Base Camp because I think we can walk over there, but it is still open. So we're gonna see what we can make out from there. I am hoping Ka starts sending some cycles because I'm never really down in this area of the parking lot, so I don't really have much footage of it from down here. And I'd love to change that. Kind of funny, the test dummy that's kind of decorated. Oh my God, that's actually great. He's got a face, he's got a beard, he's got a devil horn and everything. I don't know if we're gonna see any mark. Oh yeah, you can see a marker right there actually. That little speck right there, that reddish, orangish kind of thing, that is another marker. And as we continue our trek towards the safari, there's another marker right here. This one is labeled number 2. This is another one right out here in the parking lot. So clearly whatever's going on is gonna expand out here into the lot. Let me see if I can, yep, that's framed pretty good there. As you can see, there it is. I'm not proficient in markers or any of that, so I don't know what this one means. My dad has been telling me that this is likely a turning point for whatever they are surveying to mark out the entire area, which I think makes a lot of sense considering when you kind of plug these in on Google Maps, you can see a bit of a shape take place around all of Kingda Ka plus Green Lantern. It's a absolutely massive area of space. So much that can be done with that amount of space, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not really seeing anything in the infield of Ka. It is very hard to tell, but right here by where these guys are standing, we have marker number 1 right here, right by the path that brings you over to Safari Base Camp. Here it is. Let me see if I can get a nice shot framed. Not really, but there you go. That is marker number 1 right here, pretty much where the track levels out and then starts to go up the Camelback Hill. There it is, right there. Right here is the secondary entrance for the park that is only open during Fright Fest, which uses all of Zumanjaro's queue space, sort of. It doesn't really go in the station. All the gondolas are obviously still there and everything. I don't see this reopening this year for sure. It's definitely done. They're not going to open it during Holiday in the Park if I had to guess. But yeah, this is an interesting site. I don't really get to see it from this angle that much. I haven't been to Safari Base Camp yet. I am going to go and see it now though, because again, I haven't seen it yet. But in terms of mark out, I don't really see much more back here. It's possible they might just not have gotten to it down here yet. But looking in the infield, again, it's very hard from this angle, but not really seeing too much.
Oh, there's a marker.
There's a marker right there. I can't really see it because I'm crossing the road, but there's that one right there. That is pretty close to Zumanjaro and that second entrance. So for reference, we just spotted one right there. You can see it on the ground. And then as I pan across, you'll see another one way in the back, all the way over there. You see that orange marker right there? That is definitely a part of this. It goes pretty far back, but it stretches very close to Safari. That's kind of where they store the Safari trucks, over in that little dirt lot. But this is it. This is about as far as we're going to really be able to get. I'm hoping Ka reopens while we're back here so we can get some nice shots of it, because I don't know that we're really going to be able to get it again. But here it is. Here it comes. Right there is Safari Base Camp. I don't know that I'm actually going to get to go inside. I don't really have time to go in today and go take a look. But there's the lion that was in the park earlier in the year. I'm sure a lot of you guys have checked this out. I just, like I said, haven't really had the time to. But that is where you're going to get the full safari experience. Another look at that marker I pointed out before. Can't really tell what it is. Again, we're kind of crossing the road, so I can't look too closely at it, but there it is. It's kind of faded actually. It's under a bit of grass, but there it is. That right there is the shuttle bus in action. Right here where we're standing is actually the shuttle bus stop for the safari. It'll bring you to Superman, to Hurricane Harbor, as well as the guest drop-off area, which is where the old parking lot was. So if you're ever in a bit of a weird spot and you need to get from one place to another quickly from the Great Adventure property, you can do it with those shuttle buses. And I've actually seen quite a few running, so they're pretty consistent. So because I'm essentially never in this parking lot, I didn't realize it, but this technically is the Robin lot. They have not used Robin in this park since Batman and Robin the Chiller. But there he is. He's on all of these parking signs out here in the Ka lot. But I guess it's really the Robin lot, not the Ka lot. This right here is the other shuttle bus stop. It's weird. The bus actually runs inside the gate. So they open up the gate for you, let you on the bus, and then they drive you to the next destination. So they moved the sign with all the distances to the other Six Flags parks over here next to the ticket sales building. I didn't even realize that. Just like that, we are back inside the park, and I think we're going right back over to Kingda Ka. And I believe this sign right here, right on Main Street Market, is new. I don't remember seeing this pointing you over to Resort Services, which is over there. And then on the other side to the right, I'm not walking over there right now, there's a new sign that points you to the exit, which is only on the left. I wouldn't be surprised at all, though, if in the future they put an exit right there as well, because it just kind of makes sense, honestly. Well, I guess there's really no reason to go down there anymore since Toro is done for the season now. Almost all the rides might be closing on this side of the park for the season, but the cheetah's still out. I'm surprised he's not too cold because it's a little chilly today, but there he is, or she, I don't know.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, it's a 10 at noon.
Looks like a lot of people in the station coming to get some rides in.
Look, Rosa is very...
Can you send me my video, bro?
Alrighty, we came back over to Kingda Ka. I got another ride in, a front row ride with Mr. Darius himself.
What's up?
Darius.
Last potential ride.
Potential last ride on Ka. How was it?
With you? Come on, that was amazing. And the thing we almost got a roll back.
It's been going kind of slow. It's coming close. It's also a little chilly out today.
Yeah. I don't know that it's the last ride for the season, but we'll see.
We'll see. You never know. It can close at any moment.
And what a beautiful metaphor for life itself. We never know when we're giving our own last ride.
That's one way to put it.
You never know.
And in addition to everybody else, we also have Brian now joining us.
What's up?
How was your ride on Kingda
It was a
Ka?
solid ride. It's running pretty good right now. It's running pretty good.
I agree. It is running great. There's a ton of people down here. A lot of coaster enthusiasts coming because of all the rumors. We really don't know what's going to happen. This could be it. We don't know. I imagine there's probably at least one more weekend for the season, and then from there, we really don't know. I really do wish the park would come out on social media and say what the ride offerings are going to be post Fright Fest Extreme. They already closed Toro for the year. That's something that's been told to us by the staff at the ride. It hasn't actually been put on social media. It also is marked as closed on the app, which typically means that a ride is done for the season. We saw Log Flume close for the season without warning. We've seen a lot of rides close for the season without warning. Zumanjaro was only open for a little bit this year, and then that's it. I don't think it's coming back this year. But we're gonna keep our eyes peeled for sure. Next weekend could potentially be the last weekend for a lot of rides before we start into the Holiday in the Park ride offerings, which again, we still do not know what those are. I'm hoping that comes out very soon, but until we know for sure, I would come and ride all your favorite rides here, especially this one and Lantern, as many times as you can.
It's so good. Yeah. Nothing compares to that.
On the other side of the Golden Kingdom entrance, they also blocked off this little hole and that one and themed it. Kind of like what they did over there with that one right there. "30 minutes out from the start of Fright Fest, and the lines are already generating for the Haunted Mazes." I still haven't seen this yet, but they have the Stranger Things thing projected onto the wall. I'm not gonna be filming much because my phone's about to die, but Fright Fest is just starting, and there's pretty much no line for Stranger Things, actually.
Good. You're all here, and just in time. You've all been invited to Dr. Fright's annual Dead Man's Party.
All right, so the day wound up going very differently than I expected. So we watched Dead Man's Party, then we did Big Top Terror, and then I came over here to Ka again. we kind of lost everyone. All that's left is myself, Zach, my dad, Johnny, and Dashawn. I wound up getting a total of 55 rides today on Kingda Ka. I did 25 in the morning, 1 in the middle of the day with Darius, and then the rest just now, however many that is. That was insane. I saw some crazy stuff, and shout out to the crew, especially Matt. You're doing an awesome job with all the voices before we were launching. That really made it so much better. I mean, not much else I can say. It was incredible. Also, something interesting I've never seen before. They kicked a guy off the ride because he had his phone out. They wheeled the train back into the station. Security took him out, which was awesome to see. He got booed and everything, as he should. No reason to bring loose articles on these rides. It's illegal anyway. But Kingda Ka, getting all those night rides, the day rides in the morning, but pretty much the entire day revolved around Kingda Ka, and I am not against that. Plus, we did Lantern 3 times, along with a couple other rides I don't even remember. Such an interesting day, to put it the best way I can. Zach, you must be freezing because you're wearing shorts for some reason. How was your day?
My day was long but incredible. I cannot feel my hands. Some of those car rides, I was absolutely freezing.
Yes.
Short, even without shorts, I'd still be absolutely freezing. I know you were freezing.
I did a front row ride
freezing.
after
Oh my
it broke
God.
down for a little while, and I've never been so cold in my life. It is, I think, 39 degrees.
Something like that.
Yeah. Dad.
So I just recalculated. I have 44 rides because I forgot about the one ride with Darius.
There you go.
So I got 44 for the day, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely
Johnny?
crazy.
Had a great day. I mean, I think I have 26 rides today, so.
That's solid, man.
Yes, it is. Huh?
And Dashawn,
I'm going to Hershey Park Saturday.
Hey!
Since 2017. But other than that, I had a great time here, guys. I'm glad I seen you guys here. It was awesome.
absolutely.
So many good rides on Kingda Ka too. It blew me away.
Today really was the day of Kingda Ka, and I think that's going to continue next weekend until it closes for the season. It's just such an excellent ride, and long live the king. And as Zach just pointed out to me, Fright Fest is over. This is all coming down now, and I wouldn't say I'm like overly happy, but I was definitely kind of done with Halloween. It went for a while. It ran its course. Fright Fest Extreme overall was certainly interesting. There were a lot of changes all throughout. There's definitely some things that I hope don't return. For instance, I hope the Awakening does come back last year. Not having that parade definitely made Fright Fest feel a little strange this year. Like, it kind of started a little differently. In a way, I'd rather see the Awakening come back, but I love the fact that they had so many mazes. I just hope that next year we can see the IPs continue to be improved upon, because what we saw them do with like the Asylum, Big Top Terror was incredible, especially Asylum. That was easily the highlight of Fright Fest this year. They're really trying to get us out of here with the please and everything. That is going to do it for our interesting day, all day here at Six Flags Great Adventure, as we listen to whoever's on the loudspeaker trying to yell at people to get out of the park. It is pretty late. I mean, it is 10:30. Park closed half an hour ago, but that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.